We are live at the World of Web3 Summit in Dubai. Wow Summit. We're here with Jay Moore for Saga. I'm David Porter. It's Washington Elite, the world's best crypto conference coverage. Jay, how are you?
I'm great.
Fantastic.
Excited to be back here in Dubai.
Yeah, very good. Thanks for coming on. Pleasure to have you. So, Jay, what do you think of the venue so far?
You know, it feels like we're maybe getting a little warmer than we'd anticipated.
Yeah.
The heat is up here in Dubai, and we're in the hothouse. But to say things are hot here is literally true.
It's literally true. We're in the desert. They actually pushed the timing back to the later half of the day. So hopefully the sun will be blocked by these towers any moment, and we won't be in such a greenhouse. So you're trying to figure out if it's better inside or outside. It's about the same temperature. They have a little bit of a breeze going on either way.
Yeah.
It's going to be an incredible day. Amazing projects here. Of course, the NFT space is blowing up.
Right.
The metaverses are being built actively, and even the funds are being raised for them. So we'll see how some of these projects turn out. And we are looking forward to hear a little bit about what brought you and Prasaga here to Dubai.
Well, you know, it's really interesting. You look at the planet right now, and Dubai really is the epicenter of all things blockchain. This is Dubai's blockchain month. You know, it started last week with the Meta Week for Metaverse.
Oh yeah.
And it's even this weekend, obviously, here with the WoW Summit, going further forward into the Metaverse. I think one of the things that I see is that you not only have a lot of interested people coming here to figure out what metaverse and what blockchain is. You've got all the people that are doing exciting things in the space right here in one place. I'm excited for this next couple of weeks. I think there's like 7 or 9 different conferences we're going to be at. They just keep multiplying. You're kind of like, you never know.
There's 35 blockchain-related conferences in March here in Dubai.
In March. And we've had to pick and choose because they overlap so much which ones we're going to be at. But here we are at the WoW Summit.
Yeah, put on by Guyway Networks. He's very popular, actively networking here in the scene. He hosts several events throughout the month, so we're happy to be here working with Guy. And so what's the latest news with Prasaga moving things forward?
Yeah, we're growing at an extreme rate. We've, I think since the last time I've gotten to talk to you, we've added another 14 people. So.
Wow.
We're seeing a lot, both on the development side, the marketing side, as well as really building out the use cases and the actual product that's being built on the infrastructure. We've got a lot of really cool talent joining us.
Right on, and people are starting to take notice. Prasaga has, they're covering ground. There's explosive growth, I feel like, especially here in Dubai. And I'm sure you guys are doing things in Vegas.
Yeah.
And making headway.
Well, you know, people ask, where are you guys from? And it's like, well, we're kind of fully decentralized.
Fully decentralized.
You know, we've got CTO in Boston. We have Vegas. I'm in Oregon, Eugene, Oregon. You know, I think that's the last place on the super highway of the blockchain. But, you know, we've got a guy in Tokyo, another couple in London, Paris. Here in Dubai, we're opening up offices. I'm looking at a lot of real estate right now.
Yeah, very good. And so, what are people expected to see from Prasaga? What is Prasaga?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, Prasaga is actually a next generation layer 1 or blockchain itself, a new technology. Everybody always asks, oh, so are you the Ethereum killer? It's like, we're not out to try and take anybody out, but we were out to try and create a blockchain that did what we needed to do to solve real world problems. And the most important thing was the scale. To be able to go, and we define that as you add more nodes or resources to the network, it always goes faster.
Yeah.
And we've been able to innovate that. There's an exciting announcement about some patents that we've got coming in that space. But the thing that I'm most interested in is how we can actually build a future that we're all inspired to live in. How we can actually take technology and build a new economy on it. And really right now, of all times in the world, it's really important that we're able to do that. So we're seeing that potential with Prasaga. We actually got into this because we had an application we wanted to put on a blockchain, and there wasn't one that would scale to the speed we needed. So that's why we're at this.
It's fantastic. It's one of the most exciting things I'm here to listen to as you're able to announce and tell us these patents that are going to be the latest blockchain smart city apps will be able to utilize these things.
Yeah.
And it's really looking to be an incredible project. I can tell the thought and the ideas that have gone into it. It's brought together by a few amazing people. Michael Holman and yourself have quite the history. Michael Holman was doing internet protocols in the early 90s, and you were doing video games.
And I can't not say enough about David Bieberman, who's our CTO, and he did write big parts of the internet and worked with teams that did. He doesn't want to take credit for all of it, but he did do a lot of the heavy lifting.
Wow.
And even load balancing the internet back in 2000 so that we could all actually have access to it. So he has a different perspective on both hardware and software, and that's what has been able to give us the tools to be able to create this next generation, really enabling technology.
Right. So even as I sometimes maybe come to bring someone to meet you, and people are always fond of who you guys are, and I think that's a lot about the company that's coming up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's interesting because I come from the game industry, right? I've been doing metaverses since the early 90s, right? So, and VR before, it was in the late 80s. So one of the things is you see these cycles that happen, and you see innovations, and one of the things that I'm really, gets me up and gets me excited every morning is how all of these are starting to converge. We're seeing a convergence point between AI and blockchain and now rendering technologies in Web 3.0 to really get us this deeper experience that we can have, not just of games, but of everything, whether it be the way we're visualizing digital twins or the way we're experiencing supply chain, and able to innovate on the blockchain for these things, but be able to express them in a way that really is a next generation opportunity.
Absolutely. And even for myself, watching blockchain develop the past 10 years, I'm now seeing the cryptocurrencies, the NFTs, the metaverse projects, and even all of our smart contracts all merge together into your ownership of who maybe your avatar is going to be able to showcase.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I asked you a question a few months ago. Why is the video game space and these NFTs, why are they all of a sudden being able to be a play to earn game?
Yeah.
And your answer was liquidity.
Yep.
So it's really the money that people are willing to invest in these projects that I think are making all the difference.
Yeah. We've got a bird in the building.
It's not the only bird I've seen today.
Oh, there's another one.
There are a couple of cool immersive metaverse experiences here, and I do ask sometimes, is your metaverse built on a blockchain? And a lot of companies are just raising funds to build their virtual experience on blockchain. Like you said, the virtual experience has been around a long time.
And I think that as a catalyst, as a thing that moves it forward, blockchain actually allows us to have that cross experience ubiquity, and it is an enabling technology that way.
Yeah.
When I said liquidity, we knew back in the late 90s that, we've got all these internal game currencies. What would it take for us to be able to make this stuff work in the outside world?
Yeah.
And again, you had to have money transfer licenses and all sorts of things in order to be regulatory compliant if you're both going to issue a currency and have it have real world value. Now with the innovation of blockchain, it's given us that path. And that's what really is going to be creating the next generation of applications, where not only are we going to be playing to earn, we're going to be paid to play, right? I'm going to own property in the virtual space that has real world value.
Yeah.
And real world value property is going to have value in the virtual space. it's a two-way street.
Yeah, the amount of business plans and business minds that are building in the spaces is it's at a rapid pace right now, and people are trying to find the best projects and get ahead on their potential investments. So, what are the week, next week or two look like for you here in Dubai?
Yeah, well, it's busy. I know we go from here. There's the Crypto Expo that's happening, and then there's a industrial event called the Internet 2.0. You guys are also media sponsors there. There isn't much you guys don't do. And then we're going to be at AIBC, and I'm very excited about that. That's one where not only I'll be on a panel speaking, but we'll be really. I don't want to say there's a lot of events, right? There's a tremendous number of events, and these guys, they've been doing it for what? Well, I remember wanting to sponsor them in Malta back in 2018.
Yeah.
They've been doing this for a long time, and they really do have that kind of, where there's a lot of people just figuring out how to run an event.
Yeah.
They've been doing it for a while, and I call them, the adults in the room when it comes to event management, and I'm really excited about partnering with them.
Yeah.
Long time coming. It's only a deal we've been working on for 4 years.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Reputation is everything, especially in Dubai and among this community. You really have to make sure that you're staying on the right course.
Yeah.
At least trying your hardest to stay on track and keep the true information to people. So yeah, AIBC's done a great job. Their reputation is immaculate. It's pretty cool. Prisaga's a sponsor there.
Well, we can't talk about it yet.
Okay.
But there is an event coming up, potentially hosted at Expo 2020. Okay, and that will be very exciting. Watch this space, because we'll be announcing, I believe, a very exciting time on the 24th out at Expo 2020.
There it is. Stay tuned for
yes, yeah, it's a teaser, because until it's confirmed, it doesn't exist. But we're working on it, and I'm very excited about that. That'll be right in the same space as the World Blockchain Summit, which that very exciting event as well. So many events going on, and so many good people. Very exciting to hear how not only projects are going to be making an impact, but really how Dubai is going to be catalyzing that around the planet.
Yes. Very good. So we have the rest of the Prisaga team will be here, I guess, tomorrow evening.
Yep. Everybody starts to land.
And we'll be here working it at the Wow Dubai, networking, making contacts, and doing our thing. So it's Prisaga Official on Twitter is our website.
Yeah, Prisaga.com. Just go over there. You can check out a lot of what we're doing. You can find us on Telegram. Find us in Discord. That's actually something we're spending a lot of energy on. We're just now getting everything tipped up there. So anybody who's a Discord expert, we're recruiting more enlisting people to be part of our community there in our ecosystem. Okay. So join us. Take a look at how we're reinventing the future and creating a future we're all inspired to live in.
Very good. And this is at the Jay Moore. Jay, thank you so much for coming on. Absolute pleasure to have a guy like you.
Very exciting.
We'll see you soon.
Okay.